Commence primary ignition.
Hey, this is Katie O'Brien, and you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Clone Wars Revisited, brought to you by the Virtual Cantina Network. And let's see, tonight, Season 3, Episode 14,
Yeah.
Witches of the Mist.
Ooh, more witches. I love it.
I finally figured out that it's sitting right up there at the top of my screen and that I can just look up there and read it.
Yeah.
Mumbo Jumbo.
What's
Hello
up?
there.
I'm excited
Yeah.
to continue our journey with
We've all managed to survive Snowmageddon, Ice-mageddon for us down here.
Oh my god. It's so bad out there.
How many inches did you guys end up getting?
I got like 1.5 feet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
What about you,
rough
Mark?
here.
We got about a foot here in the city, and so I worked from home today. But our physical office out in Long Island was closed due to the snow. Basically, I've been in the house since Thursday afternoon. Like, I worked from home on Friday. I didn't go out on Friday because it was like sub-zero temperatures. So they were like, don't leave, it's dangerous. And then Saturday was also freezing cold. We were originally going to go over to my parents because my birthday was 2 weeks ago at this point, or a little less than 2 weeks ago. But we were going to go last weekend to do cake and lunch and hang out. We're going to go this upcoming weekend instead because it was so cold out. And with the impending snow, my mom and dad were like, we don't want you traveling. Yeah. So we decided to stay at home, not put ourselves at risk or anything. And we basically just like, I've been watching TV and, rewatching Heat of Rivalry. And what else did we do? Oh, we watched The Running Man finally.
How was it?
Which was great with Katie O'Brien, which is why I played her in our intro. Oh my god, it was surprisingly good. Have you guys seen Running Man?
I have
No.
not, but I know
saw the
it.
original.
Yeah.
Well, there's some Easter eggs to the original. We got Glenn Powell in a towel, and then we got Glenn Powell out of said towel. We've got a lot of Glenn Powell doing the same thing over and over again. Like, he's very.
Mark,
I don't want to call
can you
him
get too much Glenn Powell?
What's that?
Can you get too much Glenn Powell?
I think you can. I think in this movie, he needed more support staff because the best people in the movie are Coleman Domingo, who's the announcer, who's very much like Stanley Tucci in the Hunger Games. Like that same, ringmaster, MC, flamboyant, host of the game show. Love, love, love. Katie O'Brien is in it, not quite enough. I like her a lot, and I wanted a little bit more with her. His wife, who is in Sinners, and I forget her name in the movie, she's terrific. There's some other support characters that are really good, but he is like your everyman, right? And so one of the interesting things about Glenn Powell is that, like, if you were going to build a sitcom, Skip, you know this term, a wheel comedy, where there's like someone at the center of the wheel and then everyone else is a spoke, and the spoke is like highly developed and specific and sometimes really weird, and they have one particular characteristic, and then the person in the middle is the center of the wheel, and they're your kind of everyman. Like, Glenn Powell is that 000. Like, he is the vanilla middle of just like, he's your everyman. He's your he's really good looking, but he's like your white heterosexual like family man. And so it's the kind of thing where like everyone else around him is like a slightly more interesting because they like bend the characteristic. Like, Katie O'Brien is one female, and there aren't a lot of women in the movie doing a whole lot. And she's also gay still in the movie, so that's kind of cool. Not that they get too much into that, but there's like a whole scene at a strip club, and it's all ladies dancing, which is sort of for the male gaze, but also for Katie O'Brien. And then we've got like numerous people of color who are like very well developed and interesting, but like they're supporting him. But like he's very pliable. Like you could drop him in and he's good, but he's like not super flavorful, if that makes sense. He's kind of angry. That's his like one motivating kind of thing. He's got anger issues.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know, I've been kind of like back and forth on it a little bit. So
I would watch it.
I
If
saw
you
the
liked
first
the
one.
first one,
Yeah.
which is very much a satire, this one is also a satire, but
Based
like on
on
a
Stephen
grander
King.
scale. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually closer to the book apparently, because in the original movie, it is a game show on a set, and this is a game show played like nationwide. So, and there's like an app like where you can like report in people. Yeah, so I loved it. Like I thought it was really fun. It gets the viewer engagement. Like it also has a lot to say about media and television and social media and who we vilify and class warfare and all that kind of stuff. It's trying to be very smart. It's really not. Like if you're a teenager, you would think this is a very smart movie. As an adult, it's I think really obvious. Also, like Lee Pace is surprisingly good, and he's got a little bit of a twist to his character.
I love him.
So yeah, it was good.
I've loved him since Pushing Daisies.
Yes, that's how I know him. Pushing.
Yeah.
Can we do a Pushing Daisies rewatch?
Hell yes! Please.
Holy shit, that show is. All right, Skip. Did you ever watch Pushing Daisies?
I did not.
It's adorable.
Wild. That show. Okay.
Absolutely adorable.
This was at the time in television where I like. It's sort of that golden age of like when 30 Rock was good, when Heroes was in season 1, when like Prestige
When
TV
Heroes was in season 1.
Yeah.
Didn't like it after you got past season 1, huh?
No. When network TV was trying to compete with HBO because they saw The Sopranos winning everything, so I started greenlighting really weird, complicated projects that were very expensive with like prestige like actors, right? So Pushing Daisies has Lee Pace playing someone with the power to bring people back from the dead, but only for a limited period of time. He can touch them, and then when he touches them again, they die, right? Like that's sort of the extent of it. If he doesn't touch them again, they get to live, but it takes someone else's life. It's very high concept. And from there, it's like incredibly stylized and weird. And
Kristen Chenoweth is in it.
Yep.
It's so good.
It's shockingly good. And it ran for one season and it didn't really get like a fulfilling ending. It has a cliffhanger ending and it like was heartbreaking that they didn't get renewed. That is one of those like gone too soon kind of shows, kind of like Firefly. Like in the pantheon of like shows that should have kept going, like Pushing Daisies is near the top of the list.
Yeah, it paved the way for The Good Place.
Like Timeless with Matt Lanter.
That was a great show too.
Yes, agreed.
I want to put up this thing from Spencer real quick before we get back to our Snowmageddon, because I want to hear what you guys did during the weekend. Because I watched Running Man and Heated Rivalry and cleaned and organized and did some VCN stuff. But let's get to some amazing announcements for Rebel Scum Con. Okay, I know. VCN Hall of Famer Brendan Wayne, obviously he is the Mandalorian, and John Goodson, VCN Hall of Famer, so love him as well. Tite Fletcher's going to be there with his coffee brand, which how cool is that? Like he's just a cool guy, Tite Fletcher. I love him.
Love Tate.
Maria Sandoval is going to be doing cosplay hair, which I want to do now. I'm growing my hair really long because I'm losing it in the front, so I'm like I just keep growing it longer and longer. So these are amazing announcements. Plus, Lateef Crowder, who is also the Mandalorian, specifically a Mandalorian stunt double, and David Accord, who sound engineer, sound design, voice actor, all over the sequel trilogy and actually all the Disney films, and working very closely with Matt Lanter. And he's in the upcoming Mall show. So we got a lot.
So much happening at Rebel Scum Con this year. That's so awesome. I love that. I'm going to be living vicariously through you guys again this year. So I'm like, no.
Spencer, Skip, you've met a bunch of these guys.
Yeah.
Lateef, Brandon, Tate. Yes. Saw Tate last year at Rebel Scum.
Yeah.
Had a great time meeting him. Brandon's just great. I remember the first time I met Brandon was out on the floor at Celebration 22, and he was walking around, and I went up and introduced myself and got a screenshot. A selfie with him, and was actually Lateef was talking to somebody, and I was just kind of standing there, kind of waiting, and Brandon was like, he goes, hold on. He goes, hey, Lateef. Hey, this guy wants to get a selfie with you. And so he interrupted this conversation, got Lateef to walk over, got a selfie with me. Nice. I've run into I wore my Skip Ruckle shirt to the Knoxville show that he was at, Fanboy Knoxville, that Dave and I went to, and Brandon was there, and I'm standing in line. We caught him at the right time. There weren't that many people in his line.
That's awesome.
And he was talking to somebody, and I was the next person in line. He looked over, and all of a sudden I see him laughing, and he goes, "Great shirt, Skip."
Do you know who I am?
Yes.
Internet celebrity.
That's
yes.
right.
Well, my name was plastered across my chest.
Yeah. Just in case you forget.
Amnesia will never get you.
Exactly. Brendan and Latif are fantastic. I've been able to meet them a couple times now, and actually last year when I was in Orlando, I got them both to sign my Mando poster because they were sadly missing for a long time. The poster's coming along nicely, but now I've got to add Tate because I didn't have my poster with me when I was down at Rebel Scum Con last time. And then Maria, I think it has credits for Mando, certainly for Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
And then David Accord. I love David Accord. We actually got him to sign autographs back when I was at Topps in 2015 for Force Awakens. And
wow.
he's the voice. There's so many like little voice notes in Force Awakens, Rogue One, all those things. And he's got a bunch of credits for them. But he's the one who does the voice of that one stormtrooper, the riot gear stormtrooper in Force Awakens that screams at Finn, traitor. Yes,
yeah.
That's him. And so we put him on that card. I can't tell you how many times. I don't know if that card is worth anything anymore. We might have printed too many, you guys.
TR.
Yeah, it was amazing. So, and he was in a ton of stuff after that. And I forget what all the things we had him qualified for because, PR from Disney has to approve all of the things that they are able to sign autographs for, right? But yeah, David Accord's on a ton of stuff. So once we get into our like celebrating autographs plans and everything we're going to do getting ready for Texas later this year, we will give you the comprehensive list of things for David Accord, but it's basically all the Disney movies right off the bat without even looking. So if you are working on cast pieces for any of this stuff, including my Mando poster, I can't point in the background. There it is.
There it is.
Boop, 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 somewhere. Yeah. Get ready to add him to it.
You
along
did
with
some
all
awesome
these guys.
ones in Rhode Island. Just saying.
Yeah.
So you're gonna add even more awesome once you get down to Rebel Scum Con.
It's gonna be fantastic. And yes, Jimbo, good reveals, right? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And Spencer, thank you for the reminder. John Goodson designed the Razor Crest. So depending on
how do you feel about it being blown up? Maybe like first
it's coming back in some form,
so
right?
Sorry. Yeah, the Razor Hoopty.
Yeah, it's back. It's back-ish, right? I think everyone heard the fandom screaming out in pain like Alderaan, where they were like, no.
Why?
It's so ridiculous.
We sound like Mrs. Puff. Why, SpongeBob? Why?
All right, back to Snowmageddon. Skip. How much snow did you get where you were? Because you said it was mostly rain, right?
0, yes.
Yeah.
We were originally supposed to get we were one of those places that were like, oh yeah, 12 to 24 inches of snow. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then a day or two later, they moved the snow line, the line that demarked ice and snow farther north, and so then we were supposed to get ice. And you don't get much ice, but it gets once it gets up to a half inch, it becomes very detrimental to the trees and power lines. And but we ended up getting. There are people on Facebook going, I'm never going to listen to the weatherman again because basically, Saturday ended up being. I mean, it didn't even start to do anything until after it got dark, which it was supposed to start at like 2:00 in the afternoon. And they kept on moving it back and moving it back and moving back.
Oh my God!
And, I woke up in the morning and we had about an 1/8 of an inch of ice on the ground. I actually couldn't get to the barn via vehicle, and I had to go across my gravel driveway over to the mulch and step on the mulch and stamp on it so that I could actually get a grip because I did have one fall on my butt moments as I was getting out of my tractor. But I went down to feed the horses and took care of them and then came back up. And so Sunday around 2:00, it turned into rain. And it turned into a lot of rain. I mean, big puddles going down there. Hey, Toby. Big puddles going down the the roads, and then about 6 o'clock it stopped, and then the cold air was coming in. So I thought, oh yeah, we got lots of wind. It's going to dry it up. I went to sleep thinking everything would be very cold this morning, but dry. Oh no, it was. It had snowed last night, but we just got like a dusting. So yeah, we got next to nothing, and today, it was cold. Now I will tell you that here in North Carolina, when we started the show, it was 14 degrees. It is now 13 degrees. Yeah, it's chilly. We're supposed to get down to single digits, like 5 and 6 degrees. I'll be going around trying to unfreeze water tomorrow.
That was us on Saturday.
Yeah, for real, it was awful.
Get out the tools and start putting hot air in places that normally. So hopefully the cottage, the little house, is the one that I worry about the most. But we never lost power.
That's good.
So it was a pretty non-event.
I'm glad to hear, because it's been an event over here. Schools were remote learning.
And Ashley, you got a foot and a half?
Yeah, a foot and a half of snow. Went out and shoveled last night around, I want to say probably around like 8:30, and got the porches cleaned off, got the front sidewalk to my front door all cleared off. Then more snow came. So we got another like half a foot once that happened, and it was like, all right, I need to go back inside. I'm freezing my tuchus off. It was like starting to get that sleet, and my hair was freezing. I'm like, all right, we need to go back inside. So went back inside and went back out about 4 o'clock today and just cleared the rest of the driveway, cleared the cars off, but broke a shovel. So borrowed one from my nephew-in-law, and yeah, it's been insane, absolutely insane. We could see the lights flickering, and it's like, oh no, please tell me that we're not going to lose power tonight. We could hear all the wind and the ice hitting the windows, and it was just crazy. Was not expecting to get that much. So the cafe closed early yesterday, and it was closed today. So, and we're closed as usual tomorrow. So I'm like, all right, I don't go back to work till Wednesday.
We got some time to relax at least.
Yeah. Madness.
We were not in a state of emergency necessarily, but the mayor did say, like, don't travel unless you absolutely need to for an emergency. The trains were still running. The subway's running. He was good. I will say whatever your takes are on our mayor, which was a national situation, I like to say, he's very good at social media. And I didn't know this, and I've lived in New York my whole life. Like, the process in which we get snow plows out onto the street, like, I knew they were garbage trucks, but like, he actually created a video that was like, this is how we like set up everything and prep for the snow. The salters go out at this time. There are 2,000 trucks. There are this many shifts. There are these many people. We're all here. We're ready. Call these numbers. And it was blasted all over social. And I was like, how has no other mayor? It's so basic.
Thank you.
So basic, the communication. How has no other like administrator done this? And I'm thinking there's also a press conference. And then he was like, in that social post, we will decide on school, whether it's in person or remote learning, at 12 p.m. on Sunday. So there was a time, a date, and when we're going to tell you. It was like so refreshing to just have basic information. And I remember thinking, oh, right, they just attach little snow plows to our garbage trucks. And the guys who drive them are the garbage collectors, the sanitation crew. And they're good at their jobs. They're some of the best, like they have to be, right? Like New York City is gigantic and gross,
in New
right?
York,
Like it is a gross city. I love it here, but it is gross. Two things can be true. So yeah, the plows were out. We got a foot of snow in my neighborhood, and it was fine. The subway's running. I can see it from my apartment. Like, it's there. So despite all of that, we actually seem fine.
How much of the subway is above ground in New York? Is it all below ground?
It's a mix. The one near me is above ground, or the 7 train. Most of it is below ground, and actually that makes it run better usually, unless you're in a flood situation. So the snow below ground, the dangerous thing is like slipping down the stairs. Like, crazy enough, like the most important thing is getting the stairs cleaned. Like the tracks, like they take care of themselves kind of.
Yeah.
Like if they're underground, they're not getting snowed on, and if they're above ground, they're all falling through. So it's actually kind of fine. I want to put up this one comment from Mumbo Jimbo because it made me crack up as I thought about this. You are absolutely correct. Like, HasLab and Lego created the Razor Crest, and then we blew it up. We've blown up 2 Death Stars in 2 movies. Lots of things get blown up in Star Wars, so I think we're good to blow it up. It's fine. We blew up the Death Stars, and there is a Death Star everything. Nothing lasts forever in Star Wars, for sure. But
everything lasts forever. It just gets,
Yeah, we just get a new version. So there'll be a Death Star 3 soon enough. It's called Starkiller Base. So,
Sarah's still mad about the the Razor Crest. He's like,
everyone was. I remember that because they had just put up the HasLab. Mumbo Jimbo's not wrong that that HasLab went live, and then 2 weeks later they blew the thing up. If I were Hasbro, I would have had a fit. But what can you do?
Damn it, Favreau, damn it.
Yeah, that's fine. Look, I'm glad we all survived Snowmageddon. I know it's been crazy and cold, and look, I've been in this house since Thursday. Like I said, I only left today to go sort of dust off my car. I didn't even shovel out. I just took the snow off of my car and did the tiniest bit of shoveling. There's no point. I'm going to work from home tomorrow too. So by the time I need to leave on Wednesday, I'll just figure it out in the morning. It'll be fine. But yeah, I was like, I don't really need to be going out unnecessarily. They specifically told us not to, and it is freezing cold. It was
cold.
Below zero with the wind chill on Saturday and Sunday. So what's the point of I've got all this entertainment here, right? We've got the internet and too much streaming and too many movies, and we also watched Sentimental Value with Stellan Skarsgård.
How is that?
Unbelievable. It was not on my list of movies to watch, and then it got all these Oscar noms, including for him and for Elle Fanning and for the 2 other women in the movie whose names I cannot remember. The movie is largely not in English, and so you have to actually pay attention, and it is captivating. It's so good. It's the kind of thing where I was not expecting this, and Stellan is incredible.
Beautiful. I love that.
Highly recommend. So I realize that is only tangential to Star Wars just because Stellan's in it.
Yeah.
And it's an awards contender this year. There's a look, he's not going to win. Let's be clear. I love Stellan Skarsgård. He's not going to win. It's probably going to be Timothée Chalamet. I'd prefer it to be Michael B. Jordan.
Chalamet.
Because that was actually the big news over the weekend was the Oscar nominations came out.
16 nominations for Sinners. I still haven't seen it. Trust me, I want to.
How have you not seen it?
I know. It's just, I don't know. I have no excuses. I'm sorry. I just have no excuses.
Skip, you've seen Sinners, right? Be with me on this.
I'm
going to remove both of you from the studio. It'll
But
be me doing the recap
I
tonight.
did watch all 3 episodes of Starfleet Academy.
Oh, nice. How was it?
I actually really like it. I mean, if you're a Star Trek fan, I get what they did was, and they talk about Strange New Worlds. It wasn't really a stealing from Strange New Worlds timeline. I mean, because Strange New Worlds still got, I think, another season or so. But Discovery, traveled into that timeline that they put this story in. But I think that the cinematography is good. The development of the characters is excellent. The storylines are good. I love Holly Hunter. She does this. Sorry, man. She does this this thing where she every time she falls into a seat, like a captain's seat and so forth, she's practically sprawled out and laying across the sofa.
I've seen the memes.
She does it like a Bo-Katan kind of way.
And it is fucking hilarious.
The memes of Holly her sinking into the chair is just amazing.
Oh yeah, but the story's great, and I love it, and I'm looking forward to more of it. So I don't know what people are picking up about. I mean, it's Jesus, give us a break.
There's a lot of women in the cast. There's usually just one. I shouldn't say usually. There's sometimes just 1 or 2. There's a lot of women in the cast, so everyone's mad about that. But it's
why I like looking at women.
I know it cracks me up.
You can even more women.
Becky Lynch is in this show too, the professional wrestler.
I love her.
I don't know if she has a guest spot or something. It was all over her Instagram or something, and I was like, she's not an actress, but I'm sure she's got a really cute cameo kind of thing. And I love Becky Lynch. I was team Becky Lynch before she was the man. Back when she was just with her goggles.
Yeah, I love steampunk Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm not sure who plays the character. Maybe Mark, you can IMDb it for me. But the character Sam, who is a computer generated character that is kind of like the Doctor, but it can touch and this.
Didn't they do that in DS9? Wasn't the Doctor a computer?
In no, not in DS, in Voyager.
Voyager, yeah. But also secretly in
And
DS9, the
now that
doctor had a
character,
computer
that
for a
same
brain or
doctor,
something.
that same doctor is in this show in Starfleet
Really?
Academy. Yes, he plays the doctor again.
Fun.
But yeah, this lady's character is just so fucking cool. It's funny as shit, and
So cool.
I enjoy the hell out of her.
This is a nice, young, diverse cast. I'm looking at everyone is so sexy. Star Trek is usually not this sexy. Good lord.
I mean, the men are gorgeous and the women are hot. You know, it's you know, I mean,
like, even the woman who's the voice of the computer, Britt Marling, looks like a supermodel. Jesus Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is Bella Shepherd? Scott Gemmell? I've never heard of these people. It's like they literally went to like a model catalog.
Yeah, they definitely Carice, is that her name, Chantel? Carice Brooks.
Carice Brooks
Plays Sam.
Yeah, she plays Sam. Gorgeous.
Yeah, she's funny as shit. And she's not, you know, uber skinny or anything like that. I love that they
Bella Shepherd. She plays Genesis. She's gorgeous. Scott Gemmell I've seen. Is he gay? Is his character? Someone's gay on the show, and I know it's like a skinny white guy.
I have forgotten who's gay.
There's definitely the Klingon. There's a gay Klingon. That's Kareem Diane. Jaden.
Jean, what is it? Jean Hadar.
Jaden Cragg. I have to watch this show.
You've got to you love this. This is good. This is good TV.
I loved Lower Decks and I love Strange New Worlds. I did not like Picard, which is shocking because I like.
Did you like Discovery?
I didn't like Discovery. Disco just didn't do it for me.
You know what? You had to get past the first season. The first season was a little weird.
That's what I heard, and I like Jason Isaacs a lot, but like
second and third season much better. First season was like, ooh, you know, there was some really wild Klingon sex in season 1.
Zoe Steiner, Jesus, she's another one. She looks like a supermodel.
Sherry says the digital dean is Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, Stephen Colbert's in this. Yes, and Tig Notaro's in it, who I love. She's so funny.
Oh yeah. She was hilarious in Discovery.
Tig Notaro was in Discovery?
Yes.
Okay, wait. So is this like a sequel to Discovery?
Not so much. Well, yeah, sort of. I mean, I don't think they went out to straight out become a sequel to it, but they pick up where it left off in the timeline. You know, because Discovery goes. I think it's. I'm gonna misquote the years. Discovery goes into 900 years into the future because they're having to get away from something that's chasing them. So they have to take it and them 900 years in the future. Basically, let me see how shortly I can do this. Is that basically Starfleet has almost been demolished. There was a event where this psychic child like screams and blows up all the dilithium crystals protections in all the ships. So all the ships that had warp drives all blew up at once.
What?
And destroyed everything. And then for the longest time, they couldn't travel faster than the speed of light. So everything became very small. Like, you know, Earth is all by itself. You know, there's all these different systems that are, you know, pretty small. And so Starfleet is trying to put itself back together. Putting Starfleet back together happened in Discovery. But now they've picked it up and they've said, okay, now they're going to focus on just Starfleet Academy, and it's a rebirth or revamping.
Okay, interesting. Look, I'm willing to give it a try because I still say that Lower Decks was the best Star Trek I've ever watched. That show was so fucking stupid, so funny, but also like incredibly smart. Like it worked for me in every level. It was like abrasive and hilarious, and like they screamed every line. I mean, Jack Quaid is at 11 the entire time. I love Lower Decks. So I'm here for the weird. Like that's what I like about Star Wars too. Like I love when it's super weird. Which I know we talked a little bit about Filoni taking over last week, and I know the girls are going to talk about it on Daughters. Is it this Wednesday or next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah.
The contributions of Kathleen Kennedy and everything. I think that one of the things that excites me about this is that Dave doesn't stray away from the weird, right? So we're gonna get some hopefully weird Star Wars stuff. Like he loves like the Mortis arc and all that Clone Warsy kind of like mysticism. I think Star Trek does that really well too. They've got the weirdest aliens. Like I know one of the controversies actually is that there's an alien on the show that's female that's usually from a group that's male only, which is weird to begin with. Like, so they were genetically engineered or something. They've obviously changed the genetic engineering, but like aliens are weird, like from the start. So I'm curious to see what they do with this. I got to tune in. How many episodes are we in so far? There's going to be 10 or 11 episodes?
Only 3.
Okay. So I have time. We could watch this weekly?
Yes.
Yeah. Good.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to have to check this out.
And then I'm excited about Wonder Man. I'm not sure I'm going to like it.
That's
I'm not
this
sure
week,
I'm going
right?
to like it because it's not really
tomorrow at 6 p.m.
It's not following the
9 p.m.
Typical Wonder Man, storyline.
It's Wonder Man Next Generation because seemingly the Wonder Man that you know, Skip, is the one that's in universe in the TV show or whatever, and this is his successor. Kind of like we were talking about how Captain Marvel in the Marvel universe is the second Captain Marvel, the way that like Jon Stewart is the second Green Lantern and Jaime Reyes is the second Blue Beetle. It seems like we're starting with, and actually Ant-Man too. We talked about this last week too, right? Well, Scott Lang is the second Ant-Man. We're doing the Scott Lang story. So we're doing the second Wonder Man.
There's a whole Vision and Wonder Man connection. I'm trying to remember exactly what that was. Somebody on the chat will go, oh, yeah, here it is.
Someone will know. You know who'll know is New Rockstars or Screen Crush or one of those. I have not done my homework. There's a video that's like, here's everything you need to know watching Wonder Man. And I got caught up in a bunch of other stuff this weekend and did not get to it. So I don't think I'm going to be able to watch Wonder Man tomorrow.
I'm afraid of the spoilers, though. Like, those deep dives kind of get me, like, looking for things, and then I just kind of get stuck. So I'm like, I start coming up in my feed, and I'm like, do I really want to watch this? But I do want to watch Wonder Man. I just don't want to get anything spoiled.
Do we need
that?
Yeah.
I
may just take it in. Like, I remember the days of WandaVision doing the post-show what the fuck is what I would call it. It was like, what's happening in WandaVision? And everyone just like went on Twitter being like, I don't know what's happening. Someone help. And that's where like New Rockstars and Screen Crush like came to the rescue and really turned themselves into like a destination YouTube channel for explanation. I kind of want to go into Wonder Man the same way. I realize we're not going to get weekly drops, which is unfortunate. Like, we're going to have to binge the thing. And I feel like there's going to be turnarounds, like, same day of, like, here's everything you need to know about Wonder Man.
Yeah,
I don't know if I need that. Like, I think that I'd like to just watch the show.
Well, I haven't watched The Pit because I want to build up some episodes.
I don't know if I can handle The Pit right now. It's a very stressful show. I'm only watching relaxing, fun stuff at the moment. Like,
better not watch The Pit then.
I know. Look, I've already seen a couple clips, and I was like, how do people not have medical emergencies while watching this show? Like, it seems so stressful.
It's stressing me out.
Yeah. No, at every turn. There was one where I caught like an Instagram reel, and it was a woman whose ex-husband still had her as the emergency contact and then it turns out he probably had a brain tumor or something, and everything about it just hit in a way where I was like, I can't imagine the stress related to this, and everyone's like sweating and shaking in this like scene, and I was like, oh my God, stop. Why am I even watching these 90 seconds? So
we have Steven Stanton joining us in the chat. Hi, Steven.
Hey, Steven. How are you?
He says in one of his favorite Voyager episodes, Year in Hell, the EMH Robert Picardo shared the screen with my good buddy, actor Rick Fitz as Zal.
That's amazing.
That's really cool.
Steven, it's so good to see you. It's been ages.
Good to see you in here.
I was actually just looking through some old photos from, weirdly enough, 2018. It was a year I had like multiple weddings, so I was going back through some old wedding photos, and I'm looking through my 2018 folder. That's when I went out to LA to do our first Topps Authentics private signing with Steven, and we did like a whole stack of, it was Obi-Wan Kenobi from Twin Sons, and a whole bunch of Tarkin, of course. And yeah, it was 8x10s, it was 1x14s, it was spectacular. That was a lot of fun. I feel like that feels like yesterday, but also 1,000 years ago because of the pre-post pandemic situation.
Oh my God, yeah, you aren't kidding. That's when I started at Topps.
Yeah, that same time. So, Steven, you might not know this. Ashley Branzo was a sketch card artist at Topps and has definitely drawn some Obi-Wan Kenobi from Rebels on some cards. She'll have to show you some of her work. And of course, Steven does. For everyone in the chat, Steven Stanton does. I think we racked it up at like 54 voice characters that he's voiced across Clone Wars and Rebels. So yeah, it is an impressive resume. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome.
We're actually just about to get into. No, I did not have multiple weddings. So I do have multiple husbands, though they are very in the joking way.
Thank you.
But I had 4 weddings that year that I went to with friends. Like that, various friends had gotten married in 2018, which was weird. So, yeah, good times. All right,
we better get the show started because we're.
I know, otherwise they're going to be on all night. This is every time, Ashley. I tell you to keep your story short. All right, who's ready?
It's always me. It's always me.
Let's go to the video the week that Mark is not here.
All right, so tonight's episode, season 3, episode 14, Witches of the Mist. Take it away.
That's a good one.
Count Dooku continues to train Savage Opress in the ways of the dark side. Meanwhile, Obi-Wan and Anakin travel to Dathomir to learn more about the Jedi Killer.
I want you to say that name one more time.
Which one? Dathomir or
Savage Opress?
Savage. Oh, see, I'm reading it, and I said Savage, didn't I?
Yeah.
Savage Opus.
Well, hey,
good time.
Whatever. It's been a long time since I screwed one up. This is why you get me to do this.
Mm-hmm.
The path.
Well, I'm gonna let you see it ahead of time.
Great power, but not loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Pull up your Disney Plus machines.
Steven
We are getting
Stanton,
ready
I
to
am
watch
not.
season 3, episode 14, Witches of the Mist. I'm going to hit that countdown, and here we go. Oh, I got to go back to our main screen. What am I
I was
doing?
about to say, where did we get?
Yeah.
Where are all the people?
It came back to. I'm scrolling up.
The fanfare is so loud.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay,
Back
much
to
better.
us. Yeah.
See, and all my talent was used tonight to shoot a video for the construction company, and Lord knows I had enough attempts at trying to get that right. So Savage was not getting said right.
Wait, were you on camera?
Me tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
was. Yeah. Avery, my little producer, my daughter, we went into my mom's house last night, today, and the next one we're going to go into the little house down below us, so we can shoot little spots. So yeah, if you follow me on Ruckle Construction, you'll start, or you say into your phone, I think I really need to build a house in Asheville, North Carolina. Trust me, we will find you.
Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, have you seen this thing where people are like, air quotes, hacking each other's phones by like grabbing them and saying stuff into it? It's like therapy, like things to do to like people so that they get served the thing, or gifts that you're interested in getting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Savage Opress in the last episode became, he was sort of transformed through the magic of the amazing Barbara Goodson as Mother Talzin into a fighting machine working with Darth Maul. And so Darth Maul and Savage Opress killed 2 Jedi, 1 Master and 1 Padawan, and a whole bunch of other clones and other randos, and they are on a reign of terror. And of course, Dooku is obviously significantly stronger than him, since he's a real Sith Lord, and is actually the apprentice of Darth Sidious, aka Palpatine, at this point in the timeline. And what we're going to find is they are going to turn their ire toward the Night Sisters. Not going to be great.
The irony of the shot right here. The double lightsaber right across the neck.
Yeah, exactly. We know who he goes out in Revenge of the Sith.
Dang. To be fair, Savage has not been trained with a lightsaber before, so.
No, he's just like big and strong and, beastly.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this I gotta see. Skip on TikTok. I will tell you, I'm not great on camera when it needs to be record, hit this mark, say this line. Like, I would never make it in the acting biz. It is not for me. I'm better at this kind of thing, which is really more so talking off the cuff and doing podcasting. But when we had to film some professional stuff for Denuo, when I was like in the conference room holding the helmet, talk to camera, pitch the thing, say that, look here, say this line, that went on and on. To get like 5 minutes of footage, it took all day, and I wanted to slam my head over like with the helmet. Just not for me.
Oh, Steven says Clancy
Ooh.
Brown, aka Savage, is really tall and stood next to me during this whole recording session. That would be unnerving to me. I'd be like, "Oh hey, how's it going?"
Steven, I'm gonna send
does
you.
Does it make you feel like, or does it help you fall into the character when you've got somebody that's tall and oppressive and kind of fits the bill, vocally and physically?
That's so cool.
Yeah, Steven, I'm going to have to send you a private message. We're going to have to get you on the show at some point to regale us with some stories, because I know you have many, many stories from your days recording.
That's so freaky.
We have one of these little things that has 4 faces. So you got to come hang with us.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got numerous layouts.
Ooh,
I forgot you were Brother Viscous. That was last episode. Yeah. Brother Viscous was the little guy.
Oh, he got wiped out fast.
I love how David's like, Clancy is tall as Skip. David's actually, I think, an inch taller than me.
I know. I was gonna say.
You're all tall.
Yeah.
Coming from
I'm
the
over
midget.
here at 5'8".
5'4" myself. Oh my god. Zap.
I was pulling up all this stuff for Star Trek. I forgot to pull up the IMDb for Clone Wars.
How dare you?
So we can get that info.
Jocasta effing new. Real quick, I'm available for that episode.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry.
Like, you just barbecued him. He's literally smoking from his shoulders, and you're just like, whatever.
He feels fine. Yeah.
Suck it up, Cupcake.
Well, I was reading this thing about the Darth Maul show coming out, right? And how like his whole thing is like hate and anger, and he's going to leverage that against the Empire, and it works in the short term, right? Like you can sustain pain and sort of push through, and it explains how he ended up like, I mean, it's a lot of retconning, but like he lived after getting sliced in half because he's just so angry. But it doesn't carry you over the finish line in the long run, and that's sort of the moral message of it all, right? So I'm curious to see how that all plays out, because his goal in the new show in Maul Shadow Lord is going to be to overthrow the Empire, which is aligned with like our Rebels crew and Luke Skywalker and everyone else. But he's going to be going about it a very different way. So he's the protagonist and actually is doing some stuff that might align with our hero, but he's still going to behave like a villain. He's going to kill people. He's going to hurt people. He's going to cause a lot of collateral damage. And it's going to be an interesting like slice of like fighting the Empire. And on that scale of like, are you, a terrorist or an activist? Like, that's going to be really interesting. And he's a terrorist, by the way. He's pure evil. But he's going to be so fun, too, because like he's got some new like interesting alien recruits, including Vanessa Marshall's coming back playing Rook.
Rook cast. So I love that.
I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
I love how Obi-Wan looks concerned here with Anakin kind of holding his lightsaber to the neck of this guy.
I love how Anakin just kind of says, okay, let's get right to the heat of things. This is obviously the leader. If I threaten him, everybody will come to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
He just walks up like,
great to hear that that Clancy so the he in this sentence is Clancy Brown. I heard that he is spectacular to work with.
So cool.
Yeah, Dave O'Neill, watching Vanessa Marshall go full villain is going to be fun, because she plays like Wonder Woman and Black Canary and a lot of awesome heroes and a lot of other things. She's not always a villain. Even Gamora is just kind of like a bad bitch, right? But she's not like a villain. So I'm curious to see what happens because we got a little bit of Rook cast in like Clone Wars season 7. But tiny slice. If she's like second or third build in this show, she could be racking up some bodies.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be the way Maul takes over Mandalore. I betcha.
She'll certainly be a way in. I mean, she has to be, right? Like,
yeah. You should have given him a bigger pod there, Dooku. What the hell?
Look at how beautiful this is. This whole like environment is just so gorgeous.
Yeah. I tend to be popular with the ladies. Oh my god.
They could easily have killed them right there. Like that's,
for
that's so
sure.
interesting. It's like, we want to go talk to Mother Talzin.
They just keep going to these planets they're not welcome at. Like, come on, you guys.
She's just so cool looking, like the way her dress kind of floats. And Lady Gaga had a dress once that had movement like this and had the same sort of juts. And I remember thinking at the time, like, had she seen this episode of Clone Wars?
Somebody in her crew had to have.
Yeah. I mean, this is a costume, right? Like, this is some high fashion. This is editorial. Like, you can't wear this. I'm curious with Ahsoka season 2. We've seen the Blade of Talzin. That's easy to do. It's a sword. But like, do you think we would get to see like a live action iteration of Mother Talzin? That could be really interesting.
That'd be so cool.
Even as like a Force ghost kind of thing, because then you can make it really like ghosty, and you don't have to make it.
The only avenue we've got so far of seeing that is Ahsoka.
Yeah, that's what I mean in Ahsoka season 2.
Maybe they can like summon her somehow to like.
Yeah. Well, you know how I've been talking about how when we get to Ahsoka season 2, we're going to have to get to Mortis, and I have like a crazy theory that like Maul becomes the son, the Mortis son, the same way that Anakin becomes the Mortis father and Ahsoka becomes the daughter. This show, the Maul Shadow Lord, can help tee that up, right? Like to elevate him in the fandom to the same level as like an Anakin or Ahsoka. Because Ahsoka started at 0 and now is like big time hero, right? Maul has been steadily progressing along the way as well, from going like to throwaway villain character in episode 1 to now being really worthwhile and like an important member of like the evil, pantheon of
he's more of a bigger cog in all of this.
Yeah.
When he came out in the Phantom Menace, he was just a tool.
Yeah.
And
this time around,
what happened to him, he would be less of a tool, but he's become a more important cog in the wheel.
Yeah, he actually has agency starting in the Clone Wars. Once he's like untethered from Palpatine, he develops a personality. Sam Witwer voices him incredibly. I'm so excited to see what happens in the new series. I know it's short too. It starts in April. By the way, on the network front, we will be doing coverage for Maul as well as Mando. Our Mando kickoff is in March, even though Maul hits in April. There's going to be a lot of complimentary content coming soon. We're going to have a countdown of Maul. We're gonna be doing a watch along or after show for all 5 weeks. It actually ends on May the 4th, so it's actually really fast. It's 5 weeks, 2 episodes a week. We will be covering it in depth. We're so excited about it. Me and Ashley love animation more than anything.
Yes.
So, and then
Sure.
the March Mando-ness. So we're going to give it away here since Jeff put it in the chat. This is our Mando start. It was going to be the March to Mando, but I think it was AJ who coined the March Mando-ness. So we are going to jump right into that.
A+, AJ.
Yeah, loving it. Also, I got to put up this comment from Dave O'Neill. The meat dress. An all-time iconic fashion look from Lady Gaga. I heard that dress is jerky now. They like contained it and like it's saved as like a jerky.
That's wild.
Because otherwise, like most other costumes, you would, you'd store in cold storage, right? And like keep it safe and like put it on display or just back into the closet or whatever.
Yeah.
How do you save them? It was real meat at the time. Like it wasn't like a dress that looked like meat. So. And
it was unrefrigerated. So, yeah.
Yeah, she like wore it all day. I was like, what do you do with that? You can't cook it.
Oh my God. So stressful.
Yeah. Oh, look, I mean, Savage Opress fighting off Anakin and Obi-Wan. And they have numerous instances. Like, this goes on and on with the three of them and Maul. Very smart to take out the ship, by the way. It's surprising that not more people do that across this galaxy.
I know.
Yeah, shoot the getaway car.
I'm like 3 or 4 seconds behind you.
That's like Ahsoka's
ship, and then all of a sudden I see him taking out the ship. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what he's talking about.
Let me double check that my timestamp is.
No,
I'm a good
right.
like 10 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
It's hard to like click back because then you know what happens? The wheel spins and it sits there for half a minute.
That was my problem with like starting this. I got the spinning wheel for too long and it kind of threw off my reset. Oh, I guess Ahsoka doesn't get that chip.
And who did he capture? It's one of the banking clan or
Toydarian
people. Toydarian,
yeah.
Which every time I hear that, I think Toydarian traders. Galaxy's Edge.
I like that Dooku can just like summon lightning like it's nothing. Like that's some dark side shit, right? Like it's why they tell you the dark side's so much faster and more satisfying in the beginning, right? Like imagine you're like an angry 20-year-old and you could just conjure lightning, you'd be insane. It would actually drive you insane, which I think is sort of the point, right?
This is the way of the dark side, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was easy.
Love it.
Mm.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Dave, I have not listened to this one, the Dooku audio drama. I'm usually pretty good at keeping up with like the big publishing releases, especially when there's an audiobook version or an audio drama. Like I can't keep up with all the comics, and that's why I rely on the Jedi Archives boys to keep me posted on that. But Dooku's a really interesting character because he starts off as a Jedi, like most Sith do. He seems justified in his like leaving. He still seemingly has a lot of humanity to him, right? Like he was in love with Jocasta Nu, supposedly. So there's all sorts of interesting contradictions to his character. Even in the end, you wonder like if he just wanted power more so than he wanted. Like he wanted to rule, he didn't want to exterminate, right? And there's a difference there. I feel like Palpatine would blow it all up and kill everyone. Whereas Dooku's like, no, I just want to be in charge. I think those are different goals, ultimately. They're all kind of bad, you know? But yeah.
Agreed.
Oh, Steven, this is awesome. So, Brother Viscus and a Toydarian guard. Very cool. What's it like finding the voice for those guys? Because being able to differentiate, say, Brother Viscus from Darth Maul, from Savage Opress, but all seemingly of the same very specific Dathomirian race. Like, what does it take to find that voice? Especially as you're doing, like, you've done 50 characters. I'm sure it's difficult to create those slices.
He really just keeps saying that he can't do anything. Get him, Savage.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm sick of you too.
And then here come the Jedi. This is what I like about the fights on many fronts. Very much trial and error. Right on the spot. I get that. Yeah, if you're in the studio, you got to just sort of like have a go at it. We're going to get you on and we're going to do a whole takedown of all your characters. It's a list. Oh, I love this. Dave Filoni seems very much like this guy. So Steven says that Dave Filoni is very much a let's try this right then and there. I could see Dave being very present and in the moment to be able to do that type of experimentation, like right there. Like he doesn't have a preconceived notion necessarily of like what this person needs to sound like, giving the actors like room to breathe and figure it out. And that means he trusts everyone. He knows the stuff and knows how to, and knows that he has people around him he can trust.
Bring in the talent and then let them make it happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Nika Futterman is so good in this role, and
Yeah.
her like scrappy kind of fighting. Like, remember when she gets the best of Luminara? It's that same thing with the steam. Like, she's very good at using the environment around her, scrappy in the moment. Yeah.
Oh, that worked over well.
All right. Question for Steven from Tom. How did you jump from working at Varsity 6 Theater to LA and acting? And there's a couple, I'm going to put up Steven's other comments. Many times I would not audition for something, we would figure it on set. Yeah, because you're part of like the crew that was constantly working on Clone Wars. I could see that. I could see like developing something there. That's amazing. And yes, Nika is amazing. I got to meet her at a convention last summer, and she's just so cool in person too. Like I was sort of taken aback by her presence because she's nothing like Asajj, but she is like imposing in a different way. Like she's very tall. She was wearing this really goofy hat. Like she's just like she's got like an artist energy about her that's just so engaging and interesting. Yeah. So it wasn't intimidating, but it was like you're in her presence. Like you could feel her energy, which was very cool.
I loved her watching the Nickelodeon show Fanboy and Chum Chum. Like she's the voice of Chum Chum, and she's adorable, and it's this little boy who loves superheroes and his best friend, and it's really, really cute. And it's such a polar opposite to Asajj. It's like, okay, she can do goofy and silly, but she can like also like destroy you with the Force. So
yeah, exactly. She will crush you.
She will just crush your face. So
yep.
Poor Savage. He's such a pawn in this. I feel so bad.
I mean, he also Savage is one of the characters along with Darth Maul that is featured prominently in The Lawless, which is, before season 7 came out, considered the best episode of all of Clone Wars. And I still think it's the best singular episode of all of Clone Wars. Set on Mandalore, it's obviously Anna Graves' final performance as Duchess Satine. A lot of other things happen in that episode, and Savage is a big part of it. And they have that 3-way lightsaber fight with Palpatine, Darth Maul, Savage Opress, and that's not even the most impressive part of the episode. That's what's so crazy. The amount of stuff that happens in that episode could be spread across 4 other episodes and still be the coolest thing that happens. They cram it all into one like incredible 22 minutes.
Yeah.
I really love the way that characters get pointed off in different directions by the time this. Ventress is now back on the outs. I almost missed that because I was basically, hold on, he went back to Dathomir, but Ventress was just with him.
Yeah, they all end up in such different places. I will say they all end up dead. So they all end up in the same place eventually. But yeah, the paths they take are really interesting. That was a killer episode. And look, we know also what it's setting up and what's coming next week. And if you are feeling a certain way, next week may break you. Oh wait, no, we have time. Next week is Overlords. We jump into Mortis next week. There's more to the Witches of Dathomir story, but it is not next week. I forget that it continues at a later time. So I don't even want to look and see when it's coming because the things don't go well for our witches in the long run. But next week we get into Mortis. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Like,
yes.
I forgot that was starting next week already. I want to put up Steven's comment real quick. As I like this, where he's saying he knew he had to be in LA, and if you don't take risks, you never get. I think that's true for everyone, regardless of the industry you're in, regardless of what you're doing career-wise or in your personal life or whatever. Like, you have to measure your risk and reward. We talk about this even on our show. Like, remember, Ashley, when we first started out, we were like, I don't know if we could do a podcast.
Yeah.
This is going to feel really cringy, right? And it's like everything you want to do is on the other side of cringe. everything you want to do is scary in the moment. And if we follow the advice of Carrie Fisher,
Stay
be afraid,
afraid,
but do it anyway.
Do it anyway.
Yeah, do it anyway. Be afraid, but do it anyway.
The action comes first. The confidence will follow. Yeah.
Exactly. Once you start doing it, like, it all comes really naturally. And look, obviously you have to measure your financial capability and, you know, what your job prospects are. And, you know, like right now, like I'm not leaving New York anytime soon, nor do I want to. But if there's something you want to do, like go for it. Like I think that's especially post COVID. I feel like everyone feels that way. Like if you wanted to do something, go do it, please. Yeah. Also, we need more artists.
Yes, we definitely do. Arts is in trouble.
We'll have dreams.
Real art. Yeah. But oh my gosh, it's an exciting time in Star Wars, Clone Wars right now, because I feel like these are the best episodes that we've gotten so far. The Night Sisters, Ventress, Savage Opress, Count Dooku, right into Mortis. It's just it's a time for spooky. It's a time for weird. We just love it. So
this is
I'm just curious if they're going to take the training wheels off of Star Wars again. The question is was Kathleen Kennedy's theory was let's hold back because when we released too much, we didn't get a positive response.
Right.
I think personally was what you were putting out was not always the positive content, so therefore it wasn't the positive response that you're looking for. But I think you could put out more content, and the fandom would consume it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm curious to see how the management changes. What's thought was not releasable is now releasable, as far as creation and putting a product out there.
Yeah.
It will be interesting. Definitely. Yeah, it's a new era. Let's see how Dave Filoni handles it.
Exactly. I'm excited.
And just for some housekeeping, season 4 is where we continue the episodes with our Night Sisters. So we have a little bit of breathing room before we have to come back to this terribly tragic story. And then season 5 is where we get the Lawless, which is Darth Maul and Savage Opress on Mandalore, which that's among the top rated. That's a 9.7 on IMDb right now. That's crazy, with over 8,000 reviews. Like, that's nuts.
That's Ashley's heart and soul being absolutely crushed by television.
And The Wrong Jedi is obviously the season 5 finale, which is Ahsoka's trial and everything. And that's also a 9.7. And that has 9,000 reviews. So
giant bookmarked things. Oh, Steve.
Steven, we got to put this up. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That'd be amazing.
Heck yes. I would love to do that. AP5, I've ranted and raved about him since our Rebels Revisited watches. I love AP5 so much. So I have to pick your brain about him because I adore him. So definitely let me know. We'll definitely talk about it. Some of my favorite characters, man. So great.
We definitely had some AP5 autograph cards for Steven. Because, me being a Rebels fanatic while it was airing, while I was working on the business. And I remember when the episode aired where he got to sing. That was so unreal. It actually reminded me a little bit of that Futurama episode where Bender is floating through space and he ends up meeting space god, or I guess God. And it was it's one of the best episodes of Futurama. Like Futurama is great when they pull a swerve on you and they make you feel stuff. Like Futurama is hilarious, and then they hit you with like the dead dog or like the brother, or whatever, like the Luck of the Friarish or when Bender meets God, right? Like those episodes hit in a way that because the show is so irreverent and silly and stupid on a day-to-day basis, that when those very special episodes hit, they really hit you with like a sledgehammer. That one's one of those. It's such a good one. Yeah.
It absolutely broke my heart. But yeah.
I know. This is what happens. We get the ADD where it's like, we're talking about, yeah, and I think AP5 might be the first person in canon to use a refresher. I can't remember if that's true. It's like of all it's one of those weird Star Wars facts.
He's the first droid that Chopper did not throw out of an airlock initially. Like he befriended him, and I thought, like, okay, if he's
they could be the tag team murdering champs.
Exactly.
So
if Chopper sees something in him, he's a good dude.
Yeah. Well, no, he saw the ability to like team up and kill. AP5 was definitely ready to go full murder bot as well. Oh, here we go. Like,
Yes.
everything you could do, I could do better.
Oh my god, I love that.
We're gonna need that like raw audio of you and Dave Filoni, just making that happen. It'll definitely put like Youngie Wim. You know, it'll be a fight. Yes, the refresher. I knew it.
Yes.
What a thing to be remembered for. How exciting. I remember it's so insane because I want to say it's Wedge. It's like Wedge and AP5. Like, and Wedge is like appalled that there's someone talking to him in the bathroom, which is also one of my pet peeves. Like, don't talk to me even if I'm washing my hands. I'd like to leave. Like get away.
Bathrooms are awkward enough. Let's go.
Yeah, it's so funny. Oh man. All right, Steven, we have a zillion stories we need to catch up on.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I also got to make it out to the West Coast outside of San Diego Comic-Con. It is always that and nothing, which is sadly the case. But yeah, we've got a lot of fun stuff on the network. So Steven, if you had a great time tonight with us, thank you for joining, by the way, and for keeping this chat hopping. Here we go. Someone, let's say someone, they spoke Chop's lines to me when we recorded. Oh boy, if that were Dave, I would die because because we know that Chopper is coded language. Yeah, I need to see the unredacted Chopper dialogue. That's what's really
honestly some of my favorite Chopper dialogue is from Ahsoka when he's like going through his stuff while they're flying over trying to stop the ship from crashing into the city, and Hera's like yelling at him and he's just like no. Oh, what's this? No. Just losing his mind. It's great.
He had a lot of animation.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
A lot of personality for a droid.
Yes, both of them, and which made them so like, I don't know, like dynamic duo of droids in Rebels. I love it.
Yeah, our Rebels rewatches are a really, really fun time. I'm enjoying Clone Wars though more than I expected. Yeah. Because remember, Rebels is my number 1, and Clone Wars is like my number 4 or something. So like. I thought the drop off would be significant, but these Monday nights are so much fun with everyone, and we got Skip here to weigh in. So we've got our 3-person panel and some guest stars and all sorts of fun stuff happening. And now we're in it. Like, this is a good run. Like, Mortis is coming up. I'm fucking pumped for Mortis, you guys. Like, I can't wait. We got to get there. It's gonna get weird.
Especially with Ahsoka coming up, I think. It'll be nice.
I mean, I find Mortis interesting, but I'm not the diehard like everybody else is on Mortis.
Oh, we'll swap you out next week then. We'll bring in Sherry or someone.
Okay, you don't like it? Fine.
Exactly. Get out.
I'm here for opposing opinion.
Exactly. I think you've missed one episode the entire run so far.
Yeah.
I've
you kicked me off for that episode. Oh yeah, well, you gotta go. Boom.
Yeah, we were like, no, take the night off. It was very. I forget.
So what did I do? I sat in the comment section giving you guys a hard time that night.
Yeah, I remember we were getting heckled from the comments. Oh man, okay. I got to put this up. So this is very deep cut personal, but my husband makes a really good sausage ball. That is my mother-in-law's recipe. And we sent it to Steven, I think back in 2018 or 2019. And it's like an amazing hors d'oeuvre. I can't believe you still make that, Steven. That's amazing. I'm so happy to hear that.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, she still makes them. Actually, I think Jason made them for Christmas this year. At some point, I lose track of like what was made because there's always some nonsense between my great grandmother's butter cookies and then like the random stuff that gets added into the mix of things. It's like, did we make those? Did we have them last year? Yeah, no, that's amazing to hear. They're really, really fun.
Nom noms.
All right, we need to talk about what's coming up on the network this week because we've got an exciting week ahead of us. Let me pull up that graphic. Especially with our watch along on Thursday because we've got our special guest. So Nerf Herders, they are going to be on Wednesday talking about the Kathleen Kennedy years of Star Wars, which is basically everything since the company was sold to Disney. So really, even starting before The Force Awakens, like you could say like Rebels is the real starting point of the Kathleen Kennedy years. And it goes all the way through. What was the most recent thing that aired? Was it Skeleton Crew? Was that the most recent?
I think that's the most recent Star Wars.
From Rebels to Skeleton Crew. I mean, that's an interesting range of stuff. We got Bad Batch in there.
Everything she's greenlit in that time since, like, obviously Maul,
Andor.
Shadow Lord, Andor.
Andor. Oh man, Andor,
things
man.
like that. Yeah. So there's a lot that's probably coming out now that she's greenlit. So her legacy is obviously still going on.
Oh, it's still going. And
Yeah.
plus, like her resume is like 50 years of doing this stuff. It's
Thick.
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, from ET to now, right? Like it goes all the way back. Thursday, everyone tune in. Very special guest JC from Scum and Villainy. You guys probably know JC. You might not know his last name, but JC from Scum and Villainy. He will be watching Return of the Jedi with the boys. Which, by the way, Return of the Jedi is my favorite movie, as you guys know. I can't make it on Thursday. Otherwise, I was going to jump on as yet another extra host. That would be too many, though. But everyone tune in for JC. I know they're going to talk at length about Scum and Villainy and all the fun stuff happening there. And, of course, Return of the Jedi, the best of the original trilogy in my mind. It's my favorite. Friday on Life at Lightspeed. Obviously, Colin will be covering this week's news and all the news. By the way, there's so much news in the rest of the pop culture that I almost forgot about Star Wars this week because we had a Masters of the Universe trailer. We got the Maul trailer. There's just been a bunch of like new stuff that dropped. So really interesting stuff out there. He'll cover everything that's new. And then on Jedi Archives, they've got Jedi Knights #3. So another full week on the network over here. And then next week, we'll be back with the start of the Mortis arc, which I kind of can't believe.
It's happening. I feel like, we should be further along than this. And I'm like, oh, it's Mortis time already? That's pretty great.
Yeah, we're moving. I mean,
like for such a significant arc in the show, for it to be in season 3. But then again, for a long time, there was no season 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was like midway through the series. So, yeah.
Season 5 was really the end.
Yes, Sherry, and I know Mark always skips it out because he never comes to it. But the Tuesday Zoom, come hang with us.
Oh, Tuesday Zoom. It's not on the schedule because it's not a program.
Mark just doesn't care
but
about
yes,
it. That's all. That's the reason
everyone come to the Tuesday Zoom. The Tuesday Zooms are a blast. I'm never there just because Tuesdays are like a weird work day kind of thing. And when I do finally get there, I'm exhausted. So,
Stephen, if you want to come hang with us, on Tuesday, it starts at 7:00 Eastern time and goes till God knows when, because the California crowd stays on there until 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, you guys are crazy. But yeah, it's I guess with the Maul trailer having just dropped, there's still a lot of like discourse around that. Like people are slicing and dicing, and there's a lot of good trailer breakdown. Yeah, so it's cool. Oh, Skip, you have a question from Steven.
So those are Black. What do you call them?
Hasbro Black Series.
Hasbro Black Series. Thank you. The Rex helmet is untouched as of yet. I took the 332nd helmet down to a toy store in Alpharetta. Was that where it was, Dave? And Matt Lanter was there. James was there, and Ashley was there. And I think I had actually got Ashley to sign it before, Ashley and James, but I took it so I could get Matt to sign it. Well, Matt signed it, and then James decided he had to find a place that was higher on the helmet so that he had the high ground. So it's got 4 autographs on it. James has signed it twice. Yes, that's one of my faves.
It's unique. A good one. I love that so much.
I have a piece that's desperately in need of your signature, Steven. So a lot of your Rebels brethren are on here, but you're reserved for I've talked about this on the other episodes. This is your spot up here in the top corner. So Filoni is over here. You're going to be next to Filoni up here when I finally see you in person. It's been ages since I've seen you in person. So this poster is coming along with all the people I'm meeting at conventions and things. Yeah. And a few of these people signed at Celebration, I think 2019. So like Sarah Michelle and those guys. But like
Freddie,
this is coming along. There's some key people missing, including Steven Stanton, Jason Isaacs. Look, you're never going to get David Oyelowo. You're never going to get him. So,
we get it.
Looking good. Yeah. All right. I think that's everything we needed to cover for this week. Yeah. So, I'm gonna hold you to it. Steven, I'm gonna message you after this. I haven't spoken to you in ages. It's been way too long. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Thank you for being like our surprise guest tonight. This was completely unplanned, you guys. So
rad. Thank you.
Awesome. If you guys have any questions for Steven, send them my way, and I'll see if we can get some answered for you. and then
we'll just have them on.
We'll try to set something
like
up.
An Anna Graves show.
Yes, Anna was lovely. We gotta set something up. So that is everything for this week. All right, everyone, join us next week. Bring your weirdest thoughts, because we are going to Mortis next week. It's gonna get ooky spooky and strange and all the weird stuff from Star Wars. So I'm excited to jump into that with you guys.
Just stay out of the dark, okay?
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Have a great week ahead, and may the Force be with you.
For light and life.
Long live the Republic.
Hello there. Hi, I'm Mark Connell. I'm the Director of Programming at the Virtual Cantina Network, and I'm here with James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, I know that one well. I have the high ground if I... Wait, yes. Thank you. Now I have the high ground. And you are watching Clone Wars Revisited. This is the show you're looking for.